I'm being the devil's advocate here, and I'm on the side of these two female teachers, the families who have lost this dear ones, who are mourning. And I'm thinking, what can you tell them? How can you console? How can you justify what has happened? Do you understand? So when you look at it from the angle of the victims, it becomes less political, more emotional, and basically the number one rule of protecting life and property. And this has not been done. And there's a lot of back and forth, a lot of insinuations, a lot of theories going around. It's politically motivated. But at the end of the day, people are dying. The matter is escalating.
And the government is quiet.
And the government is, well, to a large extent, quiet. And a lot of people are asking a lot of very serious questions. So the question now is, what do you think, in your opinion, let me start with Joshua, in your opinion, is the immediate solution to this?
First and foremost, I condole and sympathize with those who have lost their loved ones, those who are bereaved. Our hearts go out to you. We're so sorry it had to get to this. But then there is a new move. Several Nigerians have started to take very beautiful initiatives. There is the initiative for the People's Rebirth that is championed by Major General Erin Ayola and Dr. Olokodana Rotimi. These people have decided that we've had enough. So let's go out and let's have a coalition of people who believe in the new Nigeria, not just the change slogan that failed us woefully from 2015. Let's go out and begin to have a common interest of young people or people around the country who want to change the narrative, who want to change the paradigm, who want to begin to come together and not only take power, but make the interest and the will of people come to pass as low as every part of the grassroots. So we are saying that a new change is coming, not just the change that disappointed us. A new shift in things is coming, and then we need to look at how we can come together. And one of those ways we can do that is being involved, being electoral citizens that are involved in the process, in the system. Go out there, get the paraphernalia of citizenship, have your voter's card, and then use it rightfully. Don't vote for propaganda. Don't do because they gave me 1,000 naira. No. Look at the parties that have your interest. Those parties that are trying, to look at the issues we have faced over the years and then provide sustainable solutions. Provide food for people and then provide jobs for them, provide career prospects for them, and then provide means of living. So these are the things we need to look at. I want to implore them, to say we have seen your pain, we've seen your tears, and young people all over this country. We are really coming together, but then give us a chance. Let this, like former president said, let this new change be reading by the young people. Let them come in and then provide that. We have young, innovative, beautiful ideas, but then we need the platform, and this platform must be provided, by our people, because the power lies eventually with the people. So I believe we're going to make a difference from right away, and if we are given the chance, a lot of things can change and will change in this country.
Adeoye, what about you?
Well, my heart goes out to the families of the bereaved. It's not what should be, but it has happened, and we hope that we can take our learnings from this. But then, from my own point of view, I think this is a time. This requires a call to action. But it's a very sensitive one. Because now, if such families begin to take laws into their own hands, you probably will want to understand. Because when you look at it, innocent people going to their place of work, and they've been attacked, they've been maimed, probably injured for life, and that's the way they are going to be for the rest of their life. But what we're looking at now is a case where we begin to tackle security of lives and property, not just in promises, but in implementation. That's, I think, is the key for us here.
I've done some reading. I've tried to rack my head around how these guys get these weapons and what could be the motive behind it.
Oscar, I had a very sad experience when I represented this country somewhere, in the United States, as a young leader. And then just a young boy of about 7 years accosted me and wanted to harass me. But I was scared. Why? Because he may possess a weapon, he may possess a gun and just decide to bring me down. So I became very careful. But then this is in the US. You don't come to Nigeria and have that kind of fear. This is a country that has very strict gun laws, like I said earlier. So how come headsmen, who probably, are uneducated, how come they're having access to guns that are very expensive?
On average, how much are they though?
About 2 million.
Each AK-47
yes,
is about 2
or
million.
more. So how come they're having these, very expensive weapons, and not only are they having it, they are going out marshalling it and using it to kill people.
They know how to use it.
So it looks like it's a militia that is being trained by some certain people, in preparation for for unleashing terror on their supposed
What could
enemies.
be their objective?
Maybe towards 2019, maybe towards Islamization, maybe towards anything, maybe towards intimidating the Middle Belt or something.
What's your take?
I look at it. We've had endless battle with Boko Haram. Seems to be winning, but where are these guys going into? How are they absorbing themselves into the society, and then perhaps to continue with their so-called jihad, to continue their so-called war? They have to find a means, and the easiest means, the easiest group of people they can actually masquerade as would be the herdsmen.
They can move in and out of territories without necessarily.
You understand? They can, and somebody was saying something about having them to check cattle, having security forces ensure that they can actually man them. I look at it. It's a very simple thing. You can just stop and start search for someone driving a car. Can you just stop and search for someone leading a herd of cattle?
You can, but what will you be looking for?
Exactly. How many cattle will
and
you
the
have? How many cows?
Border control is also another thing, because they go through very uncharted
regions.
So there are strong insinuations that they may not even be Nigerians. So whether or not they are Nigerians, the question is, if they are Nigerians or they're not Nigerians, they're not supposed to unleash terror on Nigerians. And if they are doing so, they need to be dealt with.
Do you think the military should take action?
I think it's time. It's gotten to that level where we have to call the military in. We have to. But then also it still has to be systemic, because we're looking at a guerrilla kind of warfare, a guerrilla warfare where you don't know who is who. Where even if you go and pick the right man, you shoot him down, you gun him down. At the end of the day, the question is, when you search him and you can't find a weapon at that point in time, it says
to the best of my knowledge, there hasn't been any, prosecution.
Oscar,
people have not been caught. Why do you think that is? As in, not even, for lack of a better word, scapegoats.
If you want to kill the snake, you cut off the head. Let's identify first and foremost the owners of this cattle, the owners, the employers of these herdsmen. Let's find out who they are. If we can find out who they are, we'll be able to deal with them.
Doesn't that kind of boil down to registration of some sort?
You need to understand the way cattle rearing works. Okay. I can have 2 and it grows to 4. It grows to 10. So what you're saying now is like
an inventory.
Have a record,
which is also very challenging, because somebody somewhere springs up with 2, 3, 4, 10, 15, 20. It grows. It sells 1 to buy 2. It sells 3 to buy 6. So it grows. So it's a sell.
But you see, the Miati Alak cattle group that has as the president as his patron, and then maybe the Sultan and some other persons in the north as their strong patrons. We need to find out. I mean, what the other members of this this group, and then why? What are you doing? What have they actually done to mitigate the continued terror that we are seeing? I mean, what is going on? We need to find out the answers to these questions. If we can't, then we are just wasting time, and then after wasting time, we are wasting the lives of people. We need to be very emotional about this. This is not politics.
We can't play
we're
politics
not trying to be
with the life of people.
So,
but at the same time, you can't. It's
for every minute you're trying to look at
tricky.
Other solutions. We are wasting time, and then the time you're wasting is giving some more rooms to be able to go out there and cause more terror. So,
on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very urgent, 1 being not so urgent, what would you say this situation is in terms of general issues in the country now? What number would you give
11.
This? Okay.
It's number 1 on the list. It's top most.
What number would you give? 10 being very urgent, 1 being
10. 10.
Okay. I wish there was a way we could carry out an independent investigation of some sort, because I'm trying to wrap my head as to how do you actually even track these people if they say they are who they are and they look ordinary. The guns and all the killings happens at night. The logistics of actually running a search to track these guys down, the money that will be required, the manpower. And then I think the most annoying thing is the fact that there's such silence from the presidency, or should I say people are expecting more action. Let me put it that way, from the presidency.
It's difficult to, if you stop these people, search them in the day and you can't find these guns, and then it's time to invade, and then the guns come in the night. It's a system.